Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this woman I used to know named Tammy. Tammy Kasoy. She happened to be the aunt of Rachel and Ashley. And I met her in the summer of 2003 when I started to chill over Rachel's house in Dix Hills all the time and sleep over there all the time that summer. And I ended up nicknaming Tammy Colonel Sanders due to the fact that she worked at KFC once. And it got to the point where I never called her anything else. Like, her name was Colonel Sanders. Like, what's up, Colonel? What's up, Colonel Sanders? And long after she quit the place, the name stuck. She was always Colonel Sanders, like I said. And this woman was one of the craziest, weirdest, most like annoying and neurotic people you're ever gonna meet. Holy shit. She was basically like a big, whiny, spoiled 50-year-old child who was impossible to be around for more than 10 minutes without wanting to punch her in the fucking face. Oh man, she was a horrible drama queen. Like, some people like to be miserable and depressed for whatever reason, we'll never really know. She was one of them. If she didn't have a problem, if she didn't have something to complain about, she'd fucking invent one and make it up. Like, she just could not be happy for one day. And she had to project this on everybody else. And I said 10 minutes, right? Unfortunately, she couldn't really take care of herself very well. After she finished this terrible 15-year relationship with this psycho named Chuck, this big, scary, crazy psycho who beat her and starved her and abused her, and God knows what else he did to that woman. I met Chuck once for about 10 minutes, and I'm really glad I never met him again. He was kind of terrifying. Yeah, and he turned her son, Brett, their son, into a psycho too. By the time Brett was about 13, he was fucking slapping Tammy around, and unfortunately, I could understand why. Because I'd probably want to beat her ass too. And Brett hated her. And, Ashley and Rachel and her own sister Lisa, their mom, hated her too. Despite the fact that she was living in their house for fucking years. Because she had nowhere to go and they felt bad. Like, what are we going to do? Kick her out on the street? So she lived with them. Yeah. And she was just incredibly stupid and uneducated and ignorant. She literally could not find Russia or China on a map. Like, I sensed one day she was this dumb. So I'm like, yo, tell me where China is, Tammy. And I pulled out a map, and I'm like, show me where China is. I don't know where it is. I'm like, you know where fucking China is? It's the biggest thing on the map next to the U.S. What? She couldn't find Russia either. Like, come on, show me Russia. I don't know where fucking Russia is. You are so stupid. She thought Shakespeare was from France. She didn't know the U.S. was founded in 1776. Even the dumbest, most terrible public school, American public school, will tell you that shit. The stupidest kid from like West Baltimore, terrible schools they got in those places, knows when the U.S. was founded. Jesus Christ, but she didn't know. Seriously. And she just had like no sense of direction or time and no idea where she was going or what she was doing with anything. Uh, oh man. Unfortunately, in 2012, this was like June 2012, Lisa got so sick of her living in the house, she decides to pawn Tammy off on me. Somehow she talks me into letting Tammy live with me for a couple of weeks. And the only reason I did it is because the one thing Tammy could do in her whole life was drive. She was a good, careful driver, never got an accident, never got a ticket, never got nothing, right? You could let her borrow your car for a whole weekend, never think about it or worry about it. And so I'm like, okay, I got a suspended license, I need to go to work, I need to go to the gym, I need to go to school, I shouldn't be driving, she can just give me a ride and drive my car, pick me up when I'm done. Okay, so I said yes. She moves in, starts driving me around. That was fine for the most part. I said she had no sense of direction, right? So I was going to school at Suffolk Community College, the Brentwood campus. For those of you who know the place, it's small and there's basically one main road. It's a ring road that goes around the campus in a circle, one big circle. I'm waiting outside the building for her to pick me up. And I get this frantic call from her like, "Where are you?" Like, "I'm waiting for you outside this building." "How do I get there?" "There's a circle. Drive around the circle and you'll see me. It's a circle. You can go either way and you won't get lost." "Which way do I go?" "Tammy, it's a circle! Again! You goddamn it! Drive either way!" 2 seconds later, "I'm lost! How the fuck do you get lost driving around a goddamn circle? I don't think anyone in the history of driving has ever fucked this up. You're the first. God damn it." And finally, it takes her 25 minutes to find me, driving around a circle on this small campus. Holy shit. And this other time, my mom was living up in Huntington. And I was staying at her house for a little bit that day. So I told Tammy she can go to the store, take the car home, go wherever she wants. Just pick me up at, 3 o'clock. So she drives to Huntington at 3 o'clock. I even let her use my GPS, knowing she'd get lost. I pre-programmed my mom's address into the GPS. Tammy manages to get all the way to Huntington from Dix Hills. Gets about maybe 2 blocks from my mom's house. And then she gets fucking lost. I swear to God. She gets lost, right? You got 97% of the way there with a GPS. Just follow the GPS for 2 more blocks. How do you fuck this up? She ends up driving around Huntington in circles for 45 minutes before she finally manages to get there. Holy shit, she was so stupid. Maybe the dumbest human being I've ever met. Like, this lady was just brain dead. And like I said, her own family couldn't stand her. And, her son Brett hated her and wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. He wouldn't so much as speak to her, right? They didn't speak for like a year and a half at this point. And this particular day happens to be Brett's birthday. I'd met this kid once for about 5 minutes. I didn't even have an opinion on him. But from what I hear, again, he's a total asshole. He's a douche. He's just a douchebag piece of shit. Just like his shitty father. Father like son. And she calls me up and tells me it's Brett's birthday and she wants to get him a birthday present and a card and give it to him. I said, "Tammy, he hates you. He doesn't want to speak to you. I don't think that's a good idea." And she's like, "No, he works at this car dealership in Lindenhurst." It was this Mercedes dealership, right? And she wants to go down there and give it to him in person. I'm like, Tammy, just forget about it. Like, if he wants to talk to you, he'll call you. I'm sure he will. "No, I'm his mother, and I love him, and it's his birthday, and I want to give him a present, blah, blah, blah." Like, okay. She asked me to give her a ride to Lindenhurst, and I did it just to show her and teach her a lesson that I obviously knew her son that I met for 5 minutes more than her. And then on the way there, I'm like, okay, all right. If you're going to go there, at least leave it at the front desk of the dealership. Have someone give it to him, okay? And then if he wants to call you, he will. He knows you care now, and you don't have to see him or have anything happen. It's like, "No, I want to give it to him myself." It's like, Tammy, come on. Just leave it at the front desk. They'll take care of it. Leave it at the desk. Quietly walk out. No, I'm fucking giving it to him. I'm his mother. He should want to see me." Oh my God. So she goes in the dealership, follows through with this ill-advised plan, comes out a few minutes later practically crying, like, he yelled at me and said, "Fuck you, get out, I don't want to see you." Like, I told you that the whole ride here, you stupid moron. God, you never listen. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I mentioned that I let her move in, right? And I tolerated her for the 2 weeks roughly she was there as much as I possibly could. And, she still complained 24/7, still made me want to fucking stab her. But I held off on killing her. I held my tongue, whatever, because she kept giving me rides while my license was suspended. She was doing me a service for free, whatever. And this woman also happened to smoke like a fucking chimney, like 2 packs a day at least. I don't know how she afforded that, being broke with $10 a pack in New York, but she smoked, oh my God, so much. And I would get cigarettes from the Indian reservation out in Mastic, the Poospatuck. And they were real fucking cheap. The ones I get would be $20 a carton. So I could smoke a pack a day and only spend like $50 a month, give or take. Real cheap. So I just toss her a carton when I get home. I bought 5 of them, gave her one, and said, yeah, have fun. And like 2 weeks later, I realized all my cartons are gone. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't smoke that much. There's no way she does. I gave her one. It should last. Wrong. I realized that she smoked 3 fucking cartons of my cigarettes in 2 weeks. 3 cartons by herself. And then when I confront her about it, she not only doesn't apologize, nothing, right? But she acts like it's my fault and my problem, like she's entitled to as many of my cigarettes or however much of my shit in general as she wants, and fuck me. So like, you know what? This is it. I'm not giving you one more cigarette. You don't like it? Fuck you. You can get your own cigarettes or leave and go back to Lisa's house. Well, she decides to throw a little shit fit like a baby. Like, nah, I want a cigarette. Blah, blah, blah. And mind you, it's pouring rain at the moment. I mean, raining sheets, cats and dogs. And before I could say another word, she goes, well, if I don't get a cigarette, I'm going to fucking kill myself right now. You're going to kill yourself over a cigarette. Are you fucking kidding me? And then she just storms out the door in the pouring rain, walks like a mile, 1.8 miles back to Lisa's house just to get a cigarette. That's where she was trying to go. Yeah, just out of her fucking mind, this woman. And since she said she was suicidal, if anyone says that to me, if it's a kid, I gotta tell their parents or another adult. If it's an adult, I try to find, again, another trusted adult to tell. But if all that fails, I gotta call 911. Because I don't want it on my chest if they follow through. So I call the cops. They show up. They're real nice about it. They come in, take a report, whatever. And I was gonna stop her, right? I was gonna grab her before she left and be like, Tammy, all right, it's pouring rain. I'll give you a cigarette. Just stay. But I realized that if I had so much as grabbed her wrist to stop her, that's technically domestic violence in Suffolk County. And yeah, I could have been arrested and put in jail. So I stood to the side and let her go. And the cops told me that too. They're like, good job not touching her. Yeah, we would have had to arrest you. No choice. Wouldn't want to, but that's the law here in Suffolk. So they send a squad car out, search the neighborhood. They find her like a mile from the house, soaking wet from walking in torrential rainstorm. They put her in a car, take her to a hospital to be evaluated, like a psych eval. And this is how little her whole family gave a fuck about her, how much they hated her ass. I see Lisa the next day. I'm like, yo, what's up with Tammy? What hospital is she at? Assuming she already visited her, right? And no. She looks at me and shrugs her shoulders and goes, I don't know. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care where she's at as long as she's not here and I don't have to see her anymore. Like, wow. Wow. I can't imagine my own family hating me that much. And most of my family doesn't even speak to me. But they would never treat me like that. If I was in a hospital after wanting to kill myself, hell no. They'd all be there checking up on me. But she just didn't care. And so after this, I didn't see her again for 2 years. I was so happy the whole time. Like, thank God. Oh, it's been 2 years. I hope it's two more. And then 20 more after that. I hope I never have to deal with her annoying ass again. 2014, right before I left for Israel, she calls me out of the blue. And I'm like, no. God, I hope she lost my number. Fuck. And she's acting like nothing ever happened. Her brain was like fried, so I don't think she even remembered any of it. She wants to hang out like old times. And of course I didn't want to, but you know, the nice part of me is taking over. Like, she's so pathetic and she's lonely and now she's like homeless. Ashley told me. She's living in some group home or some shit. All she has is a duffel bag. This is all the possessions she has left in the world. And I took pity on her again. She got me again. So I pick her up and we start driving around and chilling. And within about 2 minutes, I realized that she's still the same person she always was. Like, she hadn't changed in 50 fucking years. You really think she's going to change in another 2? Yeah, nah. Not at all. You know, bitching and complaining and just making everybody miserable like she always did. And after about an hour of this, I want to throw her out of my fucking car when I was doing like 80. Oh, I wish. Like, okay, I need a way to get her back once and for all. You know, it won't be anything near what I really want to do to her, but I can't do those things. So I settled for this. So what I did was, we were both inside a Stop and Shop, the one on Comac Road in Deer Park. And I walked away from her when she was in the store. I went up to the front desk, customer service, and I told them to page Tammy and tell her that my car was stolen. So I told this kid at the front desk, like, okay, don't call the cops. That's not what I want right now. But my car got stolen. And please page Tammy Kasoy on the loudspeaker and tell her this. Bring her up here and tell her that. I'm going to go look for my car and, you know, call the cops, whatever. File a report. So as I'm walking out, I hear, Tammy Kasoy, please come to customer service. Tammy Kasoy. So she goes up here. They fill her in on this fake sequence of events. Of course my car wasn't stolen. It was right there. But meanwhile, while this is happening, I walk to my car and just take off. And leave her at the store. And head out to Brooklyn to chill with my boy Larry. So she calls me like, what do you mean your car got stolen? Oh my God, what? Where was your car? Where are you? And I made up some random spot in a parking lot where I was still looking for it. And that bought me maybe 10 minutes. But she's like, I checked the whole parking lot and you're not there. Where are you? I said, I'm in the bathroom. Having my car stolen made me sick to my stomach. And I'm in there throwing up and I'm sick and I'm in the bathroom. I'll be out in a few minutes. So she walks to the back where the bathrooms are and Stop and Shop and waits for me. Thinks I'm in there. And after like another 15 minutes, she goes, yeah, well, you're still in the bathroom? I'm like, I'm still sick. I'm sorry. So she starts getting suspicious. And she gets some guy to go check in the men's room to see if I'm there. He comes out like, there's no one in here, ma'am. So she goes, there's no one in there. I had someone check. Where the hell are you? Like, oh, God. Oh, I'm really sorry. I was so sick and confused. I went in the women's room. That's where I've been the whole time. Oh, no. How did I go in the girls' bathroom? So she walks into the woman's room and checks. It took her like another 5 minutes because she was so slow. She's like, you're not in here either. Where the fuck are you? Are you even here at all? And then at this point, I'm like 2/3 of the way to Brooklyn. And I said, nope, psych. My car wasn't stolen, you fucking moron. I took off to Brooklyn to see my friend and left your ass. And you've been running around like a dumbass chicken with its head cut off looking for me and my stolen car. I'm nowhere near you. Ah, fuck you. And I hung up the phone. I was like, yeah, this is for everything, bitch. Click. And then I realized before I drove to Brooklyn that her homeless bag is sitting in my car. Now, she left it in there. I wasn't going to take it to the store. And I'm like, oh, this is all her possessions, all her earthly possessions. So I was going to throw it in a dumpster or whatever. But I'm like, nah, I don't want to be that much of a dick. So I took it, drove to Ashley's house, then threw it out of my car into the street in front of their house, figuring like one of them's going to come along soon. They're either going to come outside or they're going to come home and see it, put it in the house for her. And it'll take her dumbass a couple days to realize where it is. But, she'll find it eventually and get it back. No. I see Ashley a couple weeks later. This is the last time I've seen Ashley since 2014. Haven't seen her since. But we're sitting there eating, and she heard about the story. And she wants to know. She goes, yo, what's this shit with you and my aunt, yo? I heard about this shit. It sounds mad funny. Yo, tell me this story. So I told her the whole story, what I just said about Stop and Shop. And she was just laughing so hard she almost fell out of her chair. And then I tell her about the homeless bag. I was like, you got her bag back, right? What bag? Said, her black duffel bag she keeps all her shit in. You guys got it, right? I threw it out of my car in front of your house, figuring you'd pick it up. And she goes, no, we didn't get no fucking bag, yo. Are you sure? No, we didn't get anything. I would know that. Yeah, wow, yo, that shit is gone. Like, all her earthly possessions, someone just drove by and fucking took that shit. Or the garbage man picked it up and threw it in the truck. I don't know. But her shit was gone, and now she literally has nothing. I waited years and years to get that bitch back. For the thing with the cigarettes, for everything she ever did. And, like I said, I could have done a lot worse, but this was enough to make me happy. Yeah, and I haven't seen her or heard from her since. Thank fucking God. 6 years and counting. Yeah, so that was the story of Tammy Kasoy, Colonel Sanders, the great Colonel Sanders. What a girl. What a fucking girl.